Sound on. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We are here. It's time once again for Change Stars Records of Miqto. I am projecting a level of energy that my body does not have anymore because I had to work today, but I'm going to fake it until I make it. The other players are here. The other players are excited. Our Dreamweaver is also here, and she is wonderful. So, to kick things off, I will just go ahead and get us right into character introductions because there's not really much else to talk about. Hi, I'm Rendis. I will be playing Rendis Larucio, the Martian human scientist. She is also somehow an ambassador and other stuff. Yeah, cool. Popcorn over to Captain.
Hi, I'm playing Sergeant Don Crowley, all the party jarhead, who is also in over his head. Uh, and has somehow become the designated driver. Popcorn to Dougler.
Hey everybody, I am Doom93. I am playing Fire Through the Thren Pilot. I don't have anything exciting going on, so I'm going to popcorn over to Shay.
Hello everyone, I am the aforementioned Shay, or Shay the Fae here on Party Wipe Games and Twitch. I am the Dreamweaver, Storyteller, Dungeon Mistress, Master, whatever you want to call me. And this is a homebrew game of Change Stars, with a setting to kind of play out what happens when a new species, new sapient species is discovered, albeit not quite as technologically advanced. And this session might be a little bit shorter because I know folks are fighting for energy. But on that note, we'll get right into it. But I would like to ask, what do you all remember from last time?
Ship's been infiltrated. We have to figure out who.
Oh, yeah, we gotta find a ram.
We had our list of people. I've forgotten it.
There were
A brass ship has
three
entered the
names.
system.
There's another signal on the planet that's like, what's going on? There's
The hidden
another
signal.
signal in the system. There's Rast about now.
Oh, god damn it. Communist otters.
Wait, I thought they were
Capitalist.
Capitalist, excuse me. The other C word.
The other C word are the two most utilized.
Both loved and feared.
I mean, historically, mercantilism was actually used significantly more than either of them, but capitalism is the current dominant one.
Yeah. Currently.
And then there was also the barter system.
I give you 5 chickens for your wife. Okay. Continue.
Well,
Wow.
you all were given a little bit of information last time. Some new information that's ongoing surveillance and study of this system continues. Yes, there was an anomaly on the planet, as well as a shrouded signal, techno signature, a masked techno signature, in which you were able to, or someone was able to pick up on it, even though it was specifically because it was masking itself by using the type of radio signals that would normally be given off by stellar objects. However, the fact that it's a bit dipped into the planet suggests that there is something there, kind of hiding. That in addition to the anomaly on Miqto. You do have a few options set before you on what you want to do. You could go investigate the anomaly. You can go investigate the technosignature, both on Miqto. You can go see if the pirates currently on Jotunheim are able to assist you in the surveillance, or perhaps confront them in said surveillance. Or you could go visit the Rast and try to figure out what they are up to. Capitalism.
Those are probably the bastards outfitting everybody with shit they're not supposed to have.
But we don't have money to give them at the moment. At least on personal finance, I can give them at the moment, which is something to worry about. Personally, I'm tempted. What?
No, go on.
Personally, I'm tempted to either go talk to the pirates or directly try to find the shrouded signal on the planet.
Oh yeah, you could also go back to the Miqtions you were courting as well.
Yeah, we could, but right now we have pressing things so that we can to determine whether or not we're allowed to intervene. Then so, I mean, I think one of our plans was we seed information among the possible suspects on our ship to get
the mole to send out a message so we can trap them.
And one of the important things when you're seeding information like that, in case it's enmeshed in code, always include a number. Numbers are the easiest thing to pick out from those sort of signals. Those sort of from encoded things. Well, usually one of the easiest. So
you did make that suggestion, and the captain did say she was going to follow through with it.
Okay, so she's gonna be doing the seeding of information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Captain's the farmer of this operation.
Turns out the captain was the mole the whole time. I mean, what? How would I know that?
Pillow talk.
I mean,
Stop it. I heard you. I don't actually know that. I didn't know that, did I? Did I call it? Did I guess it? I shouldn't have guessed it. Fuck, I guessed it. I'm going to bed.
you don't know that.
Okay. It's like the silence is concerning.
As I want it to be.
Just rolling.
Could be. You don't know.
Just rolling dice because she can.
Would you like me to decide for you?
Wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. There's
Let's
so
go
many
talk
things
to the
that-
Rast. I'll make a decision.
Okay.
Okay, let's go talk to the Rast. Talking to the Rast will Sorry, I looked over at the map of planets again. And just remembering the one with the giant space spiders that we named Noga Nope.
No, go no.
Noga Nope?
All right. So, you all make the proper request to go see what's going on with the Rasts, and now that they've made an appearance here, and they are currently kind of sitting on the edge of the system. But you're able to get a shuttle and start making your way there. Meyer, I would like you to give me a scrutiny as you all are en route.
Okay. Root.
Okay.
Oh no.
Dear.
Would you like to push or no?
Yeah, I'll push.
Okay.
2.
With 2, you're able to pick up that there is another vessel that has already embarked en route ahead of you to make contact, and with the second, you're able to discover that it is one of the pirate vessels.
Oh.
What do you bet they're doing business with them?
Pretty high. The rest don't really care who they do business with, do they?
No. No, they do not.
Okay. Well,
Why have you decided to come to this system? Money.
we didn't hear about the exotic seafood on the planet. It's actually just money.
The sale of exotic butters.
But you're able to, as you approach, you do see it is one of their very large capital ships, designed to house a good number of people and or goods and or services. But as you approach, there's a signal as you are hailed, and you hear over the comms. You hear, "Welcome. May I have your signature, please?" As they request for your numbers before giving you a place to dock.
If nobody else does it, Rendis will submit their Trinity code. Beep, boop, beep, beep, beep,
Dr.
beep.
Rindis and company, welcome. You may proceed to docking bay 4.
You heard them. Docking Bay 4, please.
Fire up pilot is there.
And as you make it there, there is, you're able to set down, and as you are preparing to disembark, there's a small retinue of little space otters that come out to greet you. Now I gotta start finding names. So, I need character sheets. One of these rests in front of the group that approaches. It looks like a couple of them are escorts. They do appear to be armed, but they don't have anything out, nothing unholstered, no threatening body language or anything. And the one in the lead says, "Welcome to the Glitter Glow. What brings Trinity to our ship today?"
Well, we were actually curious about what brought you all into the system.
Oh, that's an easy answer, my friend. It's money. It's always money.
You have a lot of clientele here?
Oh, not clientele. Well, maybe if you're willing to do business, but for that, you might want to speak to the man in charge. Um, Allow me to introduce myself. I already forgot her name. I am Akika.
Akika, nice to meet you.
Akika of the Capon family.
And we are honored to be in your presence. And Rindis will give a bow.
Oh, there doesn't have to be any formalities with me, my friends. But to give you a little update, we've only just arrived, and I think there are some things you might be interested in.
Such as?
Well, it pertains to the Trinity specifically. And she turns and starts walking with you. Now you're free to browse all the shops and services we have aboard the ship. I will tell you that we have some of the best dishes on board here. I understand you all are an exploration team, so some more how do we put it? Some finer cuisine might have escaped you for some time, I'm wondering.
We've had quite some better food.
Yeah.
Well then, we'll go and I'll treat you all as we can talk for a little bit as we wait for I would wait for my my father to finish his business with some other guests that have made their way here. And she takes you down a few corridors, and eventually there's a large area that kind of opens up. And you can see that there are indeed a number of very well thought out kind of like storage areas that have been opened up to probably specifically to allow you to catch sight of some various items and goods that they might have available should you be so inclined to browse. But she guides you over to the far side of it where there appears to be the sounds of hands clashing, and it very much sounds like they are set to work. And there is likely a good bit of food, perhaps a mess hall nearby. But she approaches and says, um, and says, "Ootsie, can you get us some of the more fancy dish? Not too fancy, just a little bit fancy. 50% fancy." For me and my friends, and she guides you over to a table where you all can sit down, and as you all sit to wait, the escort with her kind of like breaks off to the side and just kind of steps away. Still nearby, but she says, "So, Dr. Indus, right?
Oui, that's me.
We got your number. I read some of your books."
Oh, really? Which one was your favorite?
Ooh, name a book for me.
Damn, I wanted to put you on the spot. Oh, I know. It's going to be trying to think how to word it best. Principles of the Harkness test. How not to do an oopsies.
Okay. She'll say, well, I quite enjoyed Principles of the Harkness Test, How Not to Do an Oopsies, but my favorite was, was, learning beaver culture.
Beaver culture.
And she says, anyway, your books, they sell real well.
I would hope so. It's between my master thesis and my doctoral in the Harkness method. I would hope so. It's been instrumental for most people within the Trinity.
Speaking of, who are your friends here?
So
No
gesture
doubt
for you
fellow
all to-
Trinity companion.
Gesture for you guys to handle that.
Oh, I'm Buyer Thule. Pilot.
Douglas Crowley.
A pleasure to meet you all. Mr. Crowley, you appear to have some sort of aquatic organism stuck to your neck.
He got out of his tank again? Why did neither of you tell me?
It's just kind of like poking up out of one of the
Honestly,
edges.
I thought you knew.
I did
I
not.
thought you were just bringing him along.
Okay.
I'll give you some I'll give you some credits for it if you're willing to part.
Nope, he's my pet.
Well, all right. I won't try taking a pet away from its master. I mean, I will, but for money. But I see you're quite attached to him there, so we'll move on to other matters. I will say, while we didn't quite get here first, I think we can come to a little bit of an arrangement. I understand this system here is quite rich in resources, right?
Sorry, was that one directed to me?
Well, directed to all of you.
Okay.
It does have quite a few resources, yes.
Well, if you're willing to transfer some of your findings to us, I'm willing to transfer some information as well.
We will consider that.
Dog is...
I assure you there's some information we have that you all are going to want to see.
Dog has an idea. Oh god, Dog has an idea. Set the...
Sir, I see you have an idea here. Now, I would be remiss to dismiss an opportunity. Are you thinking?
Well, there are substantial mineral deposits on Stolat. It's a Chthonian planet on the inner system, including a number of
Chthonian?
heavy metals.
Well, that does sound quite nice, and I think you all will need some experts in the fine arts of capitalism to improve your economy, I guess I would say. If you're willing to transfer us the data you found about the system, I'm willing to, I'm willing to give you this. And she she pulls out a data pad and sets it down. Doesn't unlock it or anything, but she just puts it there as if she's implying there's something important on it.
Dog looks over at Rindus. You know, of course, Dog's whole plan is, all right, so we'll get the space capitalists and the space Nazis to fight. Because they both want the minerals. It's that we can trust the Rast with the minerals more.
To a degree.
This is not to say we can trust them with the minerals at all. It's just that we know that they're going to go all sorts of places and be pulled in a million directions.
Yeah, that is true. Suppose as long as they don't break too much.
So this dog looks over at Rindus. It's like, you think good?
I think this is good.
Eyebrow wiggle. Dog is not a subtle person.
Not at all. I agree. This is good. We are more than happy to share what we can, and I think as long as we can come to a mutual agreement, there should not be problems.
Well then, that sounds quite wonderful. And she picks up the tablet again and says, go ahead and transfer the data you have from your tablet, and I'll transfer the one I have from mine to yours. Or I'm sorry, Slate.
All right. Is there anything we don't want being sent to them, guys?
Let's see. We might not want to send them info about we might want to let the pirates send them their own info. Let's keep some friendly relations there.
Oh, we're just sending information about Stolat, not the other planets.
Stolat. Oh, okay. Just about Stolat.
Oh, I mean, if it's Stolat, we can share everything. There's not much.
Share everything,
Yeah,
because then, yeah,
we don't have to hide that.
we don't have to hide anything about any of the uninhabited planets. The inhabited planets, well, there might be useful things to show, but the problem is we can't afford like a massive ecological disaster on Miqto, and we don't currently have anything to
try and keep their interest off Miqto as best we
yeah,
can.
we also just don't have, a fleet in orbit to dissuade sketchy people. So
Exactly. All right, everything of Stolat is sent.
All right. Are you sending any information on Miqto or any of the other planets at all?
maybe we should do a little bit of tit for tat because they're doing information for information. We send them the information on the heavy minerals and all that we know.
I don't want to overplay our hand just yet. So
Yeah.
I'll send them.
No,
I'll send them
I'll
send them Stolat to get their interest going.
Okay.
Yeah, information on other planets wasn't part of the deal yet.
So they get this information there, and there is a little bit of an arched eyebrow, and I'm assuming you send the information about the Empire in that area as well.
Of course, we don't want them going into that blind.
We don't want them going into that blind, especially because the more information we give the space ANCAPs, the more information they can use to be a thorn in the side of the space fash caps.
Ah. Well, it seems we did get here a little bit late to the game. Well, I think you'll find what I sent you quite intriguing. In fact, it might even pertain a little bit to this. And she sits back or straightens up as she reviews everything there and then sets the tablet down. And Rindis, you see that there are a series of recordings that were sent to your slate.
Recordings?
Yep.
I'll pop the first one open.
So you pop it open, and...
Or should I wait? Would that be rude to look at it here?
That's up to you.
I'll wait. We can watch it later. What else is there?
Okay. After a moment, she notices that you're... you wait to watch anything. And before long, some food arrives, and she spreads her arms, her little antennae kind of perking up, and she goes, "Ah, wonderful! Supper is served! Enjoy yourselves, my friends!" Oh,
Do we just watch her start smashing shells across her stomach?
yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, she uses silverware. She's not,
And by silverware, you mean a silvered rock.
Yes.
What is it?
You are all given dishes with, instead of like forks or anything, there are silver rocks on the side. She picks hers up and starts cracking hers open.
Dog's a jarhead. He knows this procedure.
Yes, I am quite proficient with the rock as well. Just crack.
You gotta get those. You gotta get those vacuum sealed crayon containers open somehow.
Yeah. As she's eating, she'll pause, and you notice that she's fairly well mannered. She does pause every now and then to speak to you a little bit, and says, "So I recognized that there are some other folk in the system who seem to have, how we say, settled down. I can't imagine that you Trinity would normally get along with pirates. But seems like you two aren't throwing hands at each other."
As it is, we seem to have developed a alliance of sorts. We are quite far away from main Trinity East Space, like you could tell. And it's good to have friends out here.
We did agree to play nice with them.
A little interesting. Do you expect that to... How long do you expect that to last, if you don't mind my asking? Pulls out some of the tasty innards of a shellfish.
As long as possible, if we can manage it.
Well, I do hope that's the case. Can't imagine too many folks within the Trinity being pleased that they've done raids on your own ships.
That may have happened, but that has happened before. We've started our understanding with one another.
They've still been some after all. That's one of why we've been sold back some of our own supplies. To be fair, there's also a certain degree to which it would be unwise to antagonize people with a larger and better armed ship than ourselves.
Very true, but I'm not I'm not stupid though. I imagine you've called for a little bit of backup's not quite the right word. Protection. I am curious though. Are we going to have to stay out of any potential fight? We can stay back here for the time being.
In the event of further arrival of human Empire troops, there are reinforcements en route. There may be some effort to encourage the local pirates to sign a privateering license in light of their good faith dealings with us, thus allowing them to maintain their degree of independence without subjecting themselves to further Trinity, without subjecting themselves directly to Trinity authority, provided they do not prey on Trinity ships.
Well, who are they going to prey on?
An excellent question. And that, ideally, in this case, it would be human Empire ships. What remnants there are of them. But privateering license, if actually dusted off, could conceivably pay rather well and make it well worthwhile for them.
Ah, so you intend to put them on the payroll. I was gonna say, it might be a little bit difficult to keep them if their pickings are a little bit slimmer. From what I understand, most former Empire are within Trinity borders.
Yes, these ones seem to be out here trying to start an empire anew. They're going to be causing no end of issues if they're not dealt with, hence our hope for the swift arrival of our fleet.
Well, she lifts her glass and says, "Here's to hoping that everything works out in a mutually beneficial favor to us." Now then, is there anything you'd like to browse, or perhaps you would like to meet the man in charge?
Yeah, I think so. It'd be nice to.
All right then. Dessert. Before we go, dessert. No? Okay.
No, dessert, of course.
Oh, all
I
right.
thought you were going to tell us
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
I would like each of you to give me a word. Some kind of food.
Vanilla.
Something food related. We got vanilla.
Custard?
Hey, I was thinking custard as well. Nice. Flambe.
Honestly, yeah, because my mind's like roulette, which isn't quite a food; it's part of a food. But flambe works.
I was waiting for you to say something weird like sardines.
Oh God. That does sound awful.
Excuse me. Sorry, there is
Vanilla custard flambe.
Oh, I love custard.
And you all are able to have your dessert. And after you all finish, they She stands up and says, "All right, let's be to it then." And as she walks you through the halls again, everybody give me a scrutiny.
Scroot. Scrutiny. 2.
Una.
Okay. Engage.
So for all of you, on your way back out, it looks like there are a couple of the pirates crew that looks like they may have broken off from the main group, but they seem to be browsing a little bit, seeing if there's anything of use to trade for. And at this point, they're likely taking stock of what's available before making any deals, or any larger deals anyway. A couple of them seem like they might be looking for personal effects, while a few of them seem to be taking down notes on their slates, probably to bring this information back to their settlement on Jotunheim. And it's anywhere from equipment to preserved foodstuffs to more exotic things. Rindis, you catch sight of... roll me a d6.
4.
You catch sight of what appears to be possibly illegal in Trinity territory, possibly not, depending on what authorization this particular group has to be selling them in Trinity borders, but there's some exotic livestock.
Oh, thank goodness we're not in Trinity borders.
Mm.
And I mean like animal creatures.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to
If it was
clarify that.
if it was slavery, we would have to
There
blow
was
this
gonna be
ship up.
people. There were gonna be problems, but I was guessing that it was
Livestock.
like actual
Actual
animals.
livestock, yeah.
Like livestock, not the livestock.
They're on a big ship. They have farm animals.
Farm animals. Well, I mean,
Oh my god, a pure chicken? I haven't seen one of those in ages.
By pure, it's been genetically altered to produce 7 eggs a day. This poor chicken is dying.
This chicken has been genetically modified to have no feathers or beak and 87 wings, and it secretes its own buffalo sauce.
that is. Oh no, we've got a chicken that's already been. What does it do? All right, so you've got your capsaicin.
This
my
chicken
God,
turns its head to you and says, "Eat me."
It just says, kill me.
Oh no. That is just a horrifying thought.
And then, oh no, it's been given sapience as well. Truly, we played God.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Oh God.
veering away from that nightmare.
Please.
You all are brought further into the ship, and as you're approaching, there's a set of doors that you all stop outside of, and there appears to be a few more guards there on the outside as the doors are opening, and you see a familiar face step out. It's the dog. It's the gentleman who kept guard over Rindus and Bayer with you when you had gone onto the Valkyrie or the pirate vessel.
Thomas.
Yep.
But he's got the one missing eye and braided hair. Looks a little bit older, very gruff.
Yeah,
but he steps out. Sorry.
Oh, that one, not the one who was. Okay, yeah, I remember that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Not Dogs Bro.
No, the other one that's Dogs Bro. That one, the one that was on the ship that we didn't see on the planet.
Yeah, it's the one who was very quiet.
Yep.
Like you, but he steps out. He steps out and he just kind of like gives a little nod to you and then continues on his way.
Dog returns the nod. More words were passed in that moment without a single sound being.
Yeah, you have a full conversation there.
Full conversation. They have come to an accommodation. All that needed to be said was said, and the civilians understood nothing.
But you all are led inside, and while there are a couple of the guards on the inside as well, you see another Ast sitting at a desk, looking over a slate, and they have a drink off to the side, and they set the slate down, and look up, and he slides out of his chair, and starts walking forward and says, "Ah, my daughter, I am so happy to see you here, and with new friends as well." And he looks to you and says, "So tell me, friends, what brings you here today to my office?"
Well, we were here on a diplomatic mission since we heard that the Glow was in system.
Of course, diplomacy is always the first and best option.
Of course, and we might even be open to negotiations for some trade while you are in the system.
And they provided us with this. And she extends the slate, and he takes it and looks over the information. Ah, yes. This is good information. We might be able to make use of this. I trust you gave them what they needed. And she says, "Of course." And he turns back and says, "Well then, let me provide you with a list of our stock in case you decide that you need to purchase anything. For a reasonable price, of course."
Of course. Only the best deals for everyone.
And he'll offer that information as well, likely to try and entice the crew of the Kimitari, and says, "Well, I am very pleased to make your acquaintance. I understand one of you is Dr. Rindis LaRusso. It's a pleasure to meet you."
A pleasure to make your acquaintance as well.
I'm sure that you two are fine people as well.
They have been quite lovely in my work experience.
I do have a couple questions if you don't mind entertaining me.
Of course.
He goes and starts pouring glasses. And as he does that, he says, so I see that your vessel is currently parked outside of the third planet of the system.
Yes, it is. It is a safe region. It puts us near the other routes of trade and far from the Empire's reach without us detecting them.
And right over a planet that has quite a bit of life signatures on it. If I were to make a comparison, I'd say it's a lot like Terra, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite like what Terra used to be, at least. Now Terra is an irradiated shithole.
Fair point. But I try to keep up on history.
It is quite like what Terra used to be, and for that reason, it is why we are also positioned there, because it keeps your other ship guests and the Empire from getting too comfortable in the region.
Well, while I see possible relationships with both you and the others on that icy rock a little bit further down, can't say that business with Empire remnants is going to be very profitable for a longevity of time.
I can't imagine it would.
No, that would be more of a little short-term profit, if at all.
Genocidal nutcases are bad for business.
Quite bad.
Generally, yes. Which is why I am happy to extend a hand to you, Trinity.
Parentheses unspoken in no way at all, because you're the people who are going to have a fleet in the system soon. End parentheses.
Tell me, have you begun developing a colony on that planet?
Some research posts.
So not a full colony quite yet.
Not yet, unfortunately. There are many concerns to be had on that, including pre-existing potential claims on the planet.
Pre-existing claims? I'm curious, is this the pirates or the Empire?
Neither.
Neither, you say? From whom?
Dog thinks.
We haven't detected any Newsquay or anything along here.
Oh, goodness, I hope not. If we really wanted problems, then Newsquay would be bad for everyone.
Well, then who could this be?
There is sapient life on there.
Yes. The natives.
Yes, which is why we want to keep the Empire away.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Well, we'll keep this in mind in the future then.
Yes.
And the planet is currently under Trinity protection, so if there are any desires for Glitiglow to do business with them, it would, negotiating terms for trade would have to be established.
Certainly. Perhaps in the future, we can all have a sit down and discuss possible trade between all parties.
I think that could be arranged, main problem right now is making sure the Empire does not think they can gain a foothold on the planet. It would be bad for business.
Of course. It would not be ideal for us either. Well, I hope you find the gifts we have provided you to be of great interest.
I'm hoping so. I can't wait to look it over.
Well then, in that case, I would like to formally welcome you to browse the Glitterglow to your heart's content. And if you need to stay the night, we have working rooms for you, complete with all the finest amenities.
You don't say. I think we could stay a little bit, huh?
For a small fee, yes.
I knew it.
Dog sitting there is like, we haven't actually been like receiving a wage or job payments or anything, so literally all we still have are still our starting credits.
Oh, I'm sure it's been going into an account.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I hope so.
We're gonna have to talk about that at some point.
That is a fair point now that I've introduced capitalism to this.
Yeah. Oh man.
So
what is going to happen? Well, we need to get Dog his pension.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the rule book a bit more closely on what is an appropriate amount.
I'm pretty sure by this point of drawing wages, Dog will be able to afford a couple of things that there are definitely people who'd rather him not have.
Possibly.
Yeah. Just the fun that will ensue with, if I can get my hands on certain items. Yup.
I'm curious if there is actually a wages section in the book. There is not.
I'll look later. If there's anything you want as well, just let me know and I'll take a look at it in the book as well.
God. Resisting urge to be a smartass.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what would we like? Well, I would like that battle fleet to get here. I don't think capitalism's going to help it move any faster.
For a small fee, we can upgrade your hyperdrives.
I mean...
Side note, it's not a small fee.
Yeah.
Well, looks like Biorenaissance instead that only stars.
Was there anything else you all wanted to accomplish?
No, I can't think of anything.
Nothing.
All right.
Right now, there's not. The English language is failing, John. Right now, there's not a lot that comes to mind.
All right. We'll bid you farewell then, and encourage you to perhaps make some fine purchases or whatnot. But you all are free to move about as you please. And before I start saying, what are you doing? Like, what brings you here on the day of my daughter's wedding?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying really hard not to do that.
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is get somewhere private to watch the videos that recordings that we traded for.
Mm-hmm. there's part of me that's just wondering if it's gonna be a bunch of like specialized to Dr. Rindis by reputation pornography, but at the same time, I think that's something she generates enough of herself.
It's not pornography, it's documentation. Research documentaries. There you go.
Okay. So, where private do you go? Do you try renting a room, or do you hop back on
that
the
would be
ship?
the kind of thing we have to go back to our own ship for, because there is no way in hell that we're gonna be able to. Hold on, I will be back in 1 second. My eye just started to do something weird.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could take our break now if you wanted.
It might be a good idea.
Okay, we'll take a quick
break time.
Quick break. Yarpy.
All right, the break.
a job I did for the federal government. Never got it.
Never got it.
Yeah. And then now they've sent me a little letter saying you have to pay back the signing bonus because you didn't stick around for 2 years. Well, I never got the damn signing bonus.
I love when they promise you a signing bonus and you never get it.
Yeah.
It happens quite a bit.
Yep. And it's one of those where it's just I'm gonna have to make some grumpy phone calls.
Like, y'all didn't give it to us. What the fuck's going on?
Y'all never gave me a signing bonus. What the hell?
You had told us you couldn't afford a sign-in bonus and then gave it to the next group hired on.
No, it's like they gave a bunch of the other people one, but I didn't get one. I wasn't like... Yeah.
Any hoodle. We ready?
I think I'm ready-ish. My head is... but I'll be okay. I've had to throw everything under the sun at this sinus swelling so that it'll go down enough that I can actually,
Well, it sounds like we're wrapping up the scene and then calling it, so...
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Welcome back,
Ready.
everyone.
Welcome back. So you all are able to get back on your shuttle and start making your way back to the Kimitara. It goes without incident, more or less. As you get there, I would like to ask, what is the plan?
Watch those recordings.
Yeah, watch the recordings and rent a room for the night. Or two.
Okay.
Dog may not want to share a room with them.
Are you going to your quarters? Are you going to the captain?
Yeah, the idea was go back to our own ship, watch our recordings, possibly in some quiet corner somewhere that's not near the CCU, because the CCU may be bugged.
Fair point.
Yeah. And not necessarily anyone's quarters, because we've been doing enough stuff that those may be bugged.
Okay.
So...
I bugged.
Yeah, we don't get...
I mean, what?
We don't get to our quarters very often.
Yeah. Dog spends a reasonable amount of time in his quarters, but we can probably find somewhere relatively a little bit out of the way to do it.
So somewhere that is not your quarters. So just somewhere on the ship?
There's probably a meeting room.
Meeting room on the ship. Okay. And you just you try to secure it for yourselves. I would like a stealth. What is stealth?
Doesn't that fall under maneuver?
Yeah, I would say maneuver.
Okay. Got this.
You do got this. Is that everybody doing it?
Yep.
Ah.
Roll me. There we go.
Okay. I would say, Bayer, with your 3, you're able to help cover for Rindis. a little bit, especially since she's carrying this new tablet. You're able to make your way past everybody else for the most part without giving anything away before getting to this meeting room to take out this to take out your slate and look at these videos. And it's a series of them, but you go ahead and you click on you tap one to open. And before it starts to play, you get a little advertisement about the let me scroll a bit. Copan League, or the traders you had just come from. So you do get an advertisement, but after that it starts to play. Or it does ask you if you want to go ad-free for a subscription. But after that it begins to play. And there are some notes that appear that say the following have been playing throughout Trinity space, or throughout the Artemisian commune. Attempts have been made to pull these videos, but their circulation makes it difficult to stop them from people seeing them. But the video comes on, and you recognize immediately the figure on that video as he steps forward, though he's not dressed in the same way as you had last seen him. But you would recognize the man you had seen over the hollow, Prospero. And he begins to talk. He says, "Hello, my brothers and sisters of humanity. Hello to all you well-deserving people. I am called Prospero, and like you, I have been wronged. Like you, I was born mutated by the failures of your government. You cannot pass a Mirai without risk of suffering mental instability. But what's worse is that we were lucky. Some of us have developed cancerous cells due to this mass genetic alteration. My mother was one such person. Trinity Medical Assistance does not allow the genetic health care that could have saved people like my mother for civilians. But I do. Mirai try to hide these genetic crimes, threaten distance themselves, and offer silence to the subject. Even the Artemisian commune disregards their past mistakes without rectifying this war crime. But I offer that rectification. I can provide you with the proper genetic assistance that you all deserve. A freedom from this hazardous problem that was forced upon us. Many people say that the people I walk with are extremists. But I assure you, we only have the best hopes for all of humanity. It was the Trinity, as they are now called, who has committed these war crimes, and we now have the proof we need to show it. So, I ask you to wait for your freedom, and when the time comes, stand for what you believe in, for hope for your fellow humans. And a lot of these videos are the same, with him kind of giving speeches, and some of them he begins to speak about the Empire coming to free humanity from the tyranny of the Trinity. And then there's another video that these are all kind of linked to, and you are able to see a different figure, which appears to be Mirai, and not just Mirai, but a Mirai queen. But there's something a little off about her. They seem very dazed. And there's a recording that says that is asking about where the I have to check, but where the humans from who had administered the genetic alterations to the rest of humanity had gotten the Mirai genetic code from. And it's just this conversation that's going on between these two figures. One is off screen, and they say, so did you provide this code for them to use? And the Mirai says, no. And then it says, who provided it then? And they reply, my predecessor. And it's just like little bits and clips here and there. But everybody go ahead and give me an insight.
I'm gonna push because this seems really important. Damn it.
Are you with us, dog?
Yep, inside coming. Gonna push that. Nope, not a damn thing out of dog realizing this.
Okay. Meyer. Well, the obvious bit. This is an effort to rally humans and possibly any sympathizers within the Trinity. And with the notes there, it started shortly after you all had left. Fire, you also pick up that it is, well, Fire and this, you also pick up that this may mean that while they are while they do pose a threat, they may not have they may not have the same numbers that the Trinity possesses. Rindis, you pick up that a lot of this is very coincidental. There's talk of espionage aboard the Kimitari. They had these videos have begun to be put up shortly after you left, and for an empire that is supposed to be remnants, they are very well supplied and or funded.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
I share it with everyone.
They might have read this
listen
before we
to
were
this
leaving.
news. This isn't good. We should report this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Might be a good cliffhanger, though, hun.
Yeah. Excuse me.
I've got an idea to make it even better. Let's see. Roll me a 1d6.
5.
5 is... So you open the door, and you see Sergeant John McLean there, one of the 4 most likely suspects, and not one that you have eliminated based on their species, but it looks like he was passing by, and he pauses and he says, "Oh, there you are. Captain was looking for you. What were y'all doing?"
Each other? Question mark.
Give me a communicate.
So Bayer's gonna help by just zipping up her jumpsuit.
Yeah, this is gonna.
Donk never left his armor, so he's just going to quietly sit there.
I'm putting Charmer in on this too because it sounds believable from Rindis.
It does.
It sounds extraordinarily believable from Rind. Oh my, of course.
All right, and he walks away.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks. He goes, "All right." Spins around, walks away.
Oof, thank goodness anybody could be the spy.
And with that, the camera pans outward, and as it does, just to kind of remind the audience of the planet that most of this time is spent on. Excuse me. As it pans downward towards Miqto, there's a shot of the kingdom where you all had been, and it looks like a lot of the it looks like a lot of the Miqtians are moving about with a lot of energy and rush, and as the queen of this empire or this kingdom walks down this hall, Ralta, along with her daughter, who appears to have both be moving about the hallways. There's also a number of armed individuals that walk alongside them. One of them says, the storm will be breaking in the next couple of days. It will only be light downfall from then, but they'll more or less be able to move around easier by then. And the Queen says, make sure everything is prepared before then, and make sure all our troops are ready for combat. This war is near its end, one way or another. And yeah, and then Tasha, as they continue to walk, Tasha kind of like pauses a moment in the hall, and she looks very irritated about something before kind of like glancing over her shoulder, and continuing. And the credits roll for this episode.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Alright. Go get some rest, Captain. Hope you feel better.
Go get some rest with this.
Yeah.
Everybody gets some rest.
Everybody get some rest. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I am Shay, or Shay the Fae, here on Twitch and Party Web Games. And hopefully we can continue this a little bit more often. But that being said, we are going to wrap up for now and continue next week.
Yep. Good night, everybody.